Welcome back, everybody. You got Will and Iron Man here from the Block Runner MetaZone, Rowie, and Emscribe, and today we got some DMT updates. Most importantly, the best video ever made.
Ever made.
Ever.
Dude. Yeah, man.
In the history.
Yeah, we've been scrambling ourselves to try, we do our best to talk about this DMT thing regularly on this channel and on Twitter Spaces, tweet threads.
Yeah.
We really don't do that much, but still, we try our best. And we even contemplated ourselves, like maybe a video is like the best, like a, quick 2-3 minute video explaining this stuff. And then we're like, damn, dude, making scripts is really hard. It's fucking tough, dude. Scripts, and then so making little videos is not like a trivial task. But thankfully, the team over there at Trac fucking knocked it out of the park for us on our behalf.
Yeah, it's like, what if I told you I could explain DMT in 102 seconds?
So it's like almost 2 minutes.
Yeah.
I'd probably say
no way.
It's gonna suck, dude. There's no way, right? Yeah, it's gonna suck. I'm just gonna be left confused.
Super fade.
Yeah, but no, they fucking pulled off the unachievable.
Yeah, let's check this out.
Let's check it out. Yeah.
In the beginning, there was Bitcoin. The digital universe exploded into existence. In the same way that the Big Bang created all the ingredients and building blocks for everything we experience and own in the physical world, Satoshi's creation of Bitcoin achieved the same for the digital world. And just like in the physical world, as time progressed, organic patterns of physical matter started to emerge in the form of elements, like hydrogen and oxygen forming water. And these were inevitably identified and organized into what we now know as the periodic table of elements. And since the moment of Bitcoin's inception, it's now possible to look back and identify organically emerging patterns within Bitcoin's raw data. This phenomenon now has a name: DMT.
Whoa.
No, not that DMT. Digital matter theory. Digital matter theory states that the organically occurring, non-arbitrary data being produced in every Bitcoin block can be mapped into a digital periodic table. As with physical elements such as gold and diamonds, some digital elements are rarer than others. And as with physical elements, digital elements on Bitcoin must also first be discovered, but once they are, they can be used to create almost anything: in-game items, metaverse skyscrapers, art, or PFPs. The Trac network enables the discovery of digital elements by indexing raw Bitcoin block data to unearth these data patterns. Without Trac, digital matter would still remain undiscovered to this day. And as the only protocol to support the creation of non-arbitrary assets, TAP is proud to be the home of DMT, powered by Trac, accessed by TAP. DMT, built by Bitcoin.
Music, dude.
How'd that make you feel, dude?
It's powerful. Invigorated.
Very, very, right? Yeah, dude, that was great. That was so yeah, you've circulated this video through your family. So
It worked quite well.
Not me, dude. Didn't really, it just got like that's neat, which is fine. But I think your family's a little bit more in tune with what's happening, right? So it's good news. It's good news that you could send this around, and I think at the very least it's gonna get people's interest piqued and their curiosity stroked, right?
Yeah.
Which is
In the beginning, there was.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, I think it's something direly. That's the whole point of this, right? That's why we've kind of dedicated so much focus on it, and we're building so much to try and support this thing because of exactly that, right? Whenever you talk to people and you tell them this crypto thing, all people think about are scams. You showed me a report from the FBI or something.
Yeah.
Just last year alone, $5.5 billion or something like that was people were victimized by crypto.
That's right.
Companies or whatever, right? It's holy.
Last year, dude. That was peak bear.
I know. How the hell are they getting away with this? But it's getting away. So
yeah.
The point is man, where is the inspiration? Where is the passion of this space, and where has it gone? Right. So
yeah.
We're attempting to reinvigorate all of that through this new thing, this new frontier, right?
Yeah. And then kind of moving on, we had an interview with King, and it went fantastic.
Yeah, talk about inspirational, dude.
Yeah.
King crushes it. So yeah, we've done some Twitter Spaces since then with King, and the community insanely receptive of the big gender reveal, right? that was a big question mark. It's are people gonna care? What the fuck, right? King, it's supposed to be a dude, right?
Yeah.
But actually, no, it doesn't have to be. But dude, the community is like even better, right?
Yeah.
I totally agree. Because we need King's voice out there because she's a fucking killer presence.
Yeah.
Right? She can vocalize and communicate so many things that you and I just cannot.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So she's been joining Twitter Spaces now, and she's gonna be a full force, kind of pushing through this next phase of this thing.
Yeah, we have a collaboration.
Yeah,
we've talked about in these Twitter Spaces. The Blockhatton project. If you're in our Discord, really nothing. We just kind of pulled everybody in there.
You know nothing.
We haven't really said much, but we've left hints scattered around.
Yeah.
And some people have referred to ChatGPT to try and piece these pieces.
ChatGPT is pretty smart, dude.
Yeah, ChatGPT's what? I think I know what they're up to.
Yeah. They're not. He's not wrong.
They're not that far off.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, yeah, great stuff. But yeah, that was so. Recommend everybody watch that interview to get the artist perspective of everything happening in DMT.
Yeah, and another thing to listen to is Matthew Boyley's Twitter Space. Yesterday specifically, it was 2 hours and almost 40 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
It was pretty good. So we had Enoch in there, and who else?
Bitcoin City Volume 2.
Superfan. Yeah, Bitcoin City Volume 2.
Yeah, so you got artist perspective, multiple artist perspectives, one from a photography lens, literally. And Enoch probably putting out the most fucking mind-bending, crazy, art we've seen.
Yeah.
Right? So we're going to have an image of that pretty soon. And then, yeah, fucking Superfan literally talking about ushering in an AI takeover next year.
Yeah.
Which I think is a big deal. I recommend people kind of listen, because I think it's hard to really interpret what he's saying. Usually that's the case when it comes to all things AI, at least for most of us, right? Not you.
Yeah. No, not me. I get it all, dude.
But he's talking about some really big things about leveraging AI to kind of deal with a lot of these technical limitations of storing things on chain and such, which is hyper relevant to the metaverse and such. So
yeah,
I think that's a tremendously huge contribution on the way. It's he gave it a name, but basically think of things that just manifest based on I guess your perception of.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, think of on-chain scaling, but for images.
Okay.
Where it's the text is what generates the image.
Yeah, basically, and your perception or awareness of it is what now it's another Schrodinger's cat type situation.
Yeah,
by you being present and interacting with something.
Yeah,
it's now this thing is it exists, but it doesn't necessarily actually exist.
That's correct.
It's not being pulled from some stored state.
Yeah, it's just being interpreted through AI.
Beautiful. So yeah, looking forward to that. What else, dude?
All right, NAT token up 200% in 8 days. Wow.
This is a big one, dude. Dude, when's the last time we talked about NAT?
Well, it's been a little while.
I know, but it's not something that needs to be forgotten in any sense, because
well, the NAT token is actually pretty important here, because if you wanted exposure to DMT, but you didn't want to look at pictures, you didn't want to go and sift through everything that's happening, well, you just look at the first asset in the DMT ecosystem, which is the NAT token.
Yeah,
it's pretty simple. All right, and
I think so.
Get into that, and all of a sudden you have a general exposure to all of DMT.
Yeah, I think that's what's being interpreted as today's understanding of why is the NAT token important, right? As the ecosystem continues to grow, as it is, right? More artists are onboarded, game developers, metaverse creators, et cetera, right? Leveraging the framework and proliferating more non-arbitrary tokens.
Yeah.
Right. But then, you're saying, participating in all of that, these new vectors of market exploration and then therefore value discovery, it's for some might be a little daunting, right? It's I don't fucking play games, or I don't know art, right? Yeah. So it's but I do know.
I know physics though.
Okay, yeah, that's the broad demographic we're all trying to tap into here. But it's I understand crypto, right? I understand tokens.
Yeah.
Right? So it's oh, there's the first one ever actually made.
Mm-hmm.
Is just a crypto token, right? It's I understand that. I've been doing that for years, dude. Let me just.
Yeah.
Now I got some of these tokens. I'm part of the ecosystem,
right?
And the story of it all. So yeah.
Yeah. That's why it's important for you guys to listen to this Twitter space, because at the end I say recognize the pattern that we're witnessing here. Is that every time some creator who's deploying a DMT token, a DMT asset, whether it's art or whatever it is, when they speak, they're very intelligent people, and they're extremely capable people.
Yeah, I agree.
And you don't find this very often in like crypto ecosystems and crypto communities. And we're all aligned to kind of build out this whole ecosystem, right, in our own way, right, with art and applications and all kinds of stuff. And so, this is something new, something different. And so being exposed to that with a single token is like very efficient.
Totally agree.
All right, so we got a TAP protocol tweet here. This is just released, our latest Medium article. This is BRC20 transition to TAP protocol. Huge deal.
Correct. Yeah, we got an interview with FOXXI coming out pretty soon.
Yeah.
Definitely Saturday, or maybe even earlier than that. We'll see, but stay tuned for that.
Yeah. Tap Reader updates, DMT updates. So now, finally, we get to deal with Blockdrops, dude, to bitmaps and to Unats.
Yeah. And something not included in this tweet is a secret field.
That's right.
That is also now indexed, right? So, I mean, if you understand DMT and non-arbitrary tokens, and, if you've been present during this whole thing, it's only been field 11 this whole time.
Yeah, that's true.
So, and then, like, at the drop of a Benny button, it's like we got 2 new fields to play with, dude.
Yeah.
I don't know if people understand, like, just how cool that is, and, like, so, but that also introduces, like, a lot of new work, I think.
It definitely does.
Right, to support all that.
Yeah.
Right, because, each field has its own unique property.
Yeah.
Therefore, like, that causes, like, new occurrences within this, like, non-arbitrary space, and that, we all have to react to that.
Yeah, so field 4 is specifically the block height. So if you find a pattern in this field, that pattern occurs very regularly.
Yeah. Yeah, for example, the Bitminer, right?
Exactly, yeah. That occurs once a day.
Yeah, so that's the whole new thing, right? It's no longer like this guessing game of when, like, the next difficulty adjustment period will include your pattern or not.
Right.
Right, it's like now we've created, like, a spectrum of, like, predictable and non-predictable outcomes. Like, it's literally, like, as a creator, developer, whatever, you can kind of pick and choose with the optional availabilities of these new fields, like, which one I want to leverage to achieve that result.
Yeah.
Right? For whatever it means, right?
Yeah, and the secret field that Iman was referring to is field 10, which is the Nonce. So the Nonce, if you guys don't know, is the number that the miners are guessing in order to mine a block on Bitcoin. And so this number is absolutely random. And so if you pick a pattern within the Nonce field, that means that pattern would occur randomly. So you don't know if it's going to happen today or next year or whatever, but
interesting.
It's just pure random.
That's see, that's also a new property.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is cool. So this is literally expected to drop Monday, right?
Yeah, Monday.
So that this is Trac tweeted out the official block activation height.
Yeah, and so the last thing is the extended pattern support. So you could do like a very, very simple version of regular expressions or regex. So that's also included. And then, of course, the DMT explainer video, which we saw at the beginning. And the block height activation for this is 861576. So that should be happening on Monday.
Right on, dude. Yeah, this is huge. This is a big... Yeah, like, I don't even know how to, like, approach, like, discussing how big this, like... I guess this is, like, the biggest, like, thing since the launch of DMT.
Yeah,
right?
Absolutely.
Blockdrops.
Blockdrops, field 4, field 10.
Like, this is
a lot of stuff. Like,
yeah.
you actually don't want to do this. You want to do it one at a time.
I agree. So that means this should usher in, like, a whole new wave of, like, interest into this ecosystem, right? Because, now we have new vectors of experimentation. Again, like, new products we could build. New, like, mechanisms to deploy within, like, the scope of the metaverse. That's
man, we're gonna see an extreme application of this pretty soon.
Are we?
We are.
Okay.
We definitely are.
Right on, dude. Good to know.
All right, moving on. Natcats. So Evie is gonna be the first one to do a block drop, and he's already ready to go. Right, this thing is happening on Mscribe. We're supporting block drops, and
yeah. we have a pretty fucking beautiful like interface
it's
experience and design for all this. So.
It really is great.
Yeah, we wanted it to be great because, you know, that's what we do, right?
Yeah, we do great things, dude.
We're trying our best to like really make this stuff, you know, like user friendly and approachable, and just I don't know, and also still maintain that semblance, that feeling of like you're part of something new.
Yeah.
Right, which absolutely you are. Like this has never really occurred before, right?
Yeah, Blockdrops is interesting because this is the first time there is a mechanism for the community to contribute to the value proposition of the underlying asset. Right? This has not been done before in any way. Right? And so Blockdrops represents that. So Evie, the creator of Natcats, he's going to be block dropping to who? Natcats.
Makes sense.
Right? And so now he gets to contribute to the underlying value.
Yeah, so that's more of like a founder contribution, but there, from what we know, I think there are other community members within the Natcats ecosystem planning.
That's right.
Drops.
Oh yeah,
we know they are.
A very cool one. A very cool one. We've already shown it.
Yeah. So that's the perfect showcase example, right? It's founder and community, right? Anybody has access to this new deployment mechanism, right? So yeah, Unats now have like this new like expansionary like value premise, and so does Bitmap. That's something else that really wasn't mentioned, is like Bitmap indexing support. So now like this is like the big thing, right? The connection of DMT to the Bitmap space.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Which people have been like wondering or asking about, right?
Yeah, it's happening, and there's going to be block drops to bitmaps also coming very soon as well.
Yep. Grapevine leakenings. People have suggested that they're, you know, that is their intention, right?
Yeah.
So if you're holding a bitmap and you're wondering like when new value,
yeah,
it's coming, dude. It's coming.
All right, Enoch. So he inscribed this into Bitcoin a while ago.
Yeah.
He did it into pieces, but this thing is basically a 1.2 gigabyte image. And it's currently inscribed as 300 kilobytes, just because this is insane. This is like a few $100,000.
Yeah.
But take a look at this, dude.
It's beautiful.
I'm not a fan of like skulls and stuff, like the aesthetic, but this is
I definitely am
badass.
I have one right here on my arm, dude.
Do you really have a skull?
I sure do. I do.
I haven't noticed.
You never like looked at me naked? Shirtless?
Not recently, dude.
He's not looking at your arm, that's for sure.
That's right. There's way more to peer at, dude. I don't blame you.
All right, I'll take it. I mean,
yeah,
if you say so.
Well, I absolutely would tattoo this on my body, and I actually might one day.
I mean, this is absolutely cool. I mean,
sick.
You got eyes kind of rolling in the back of the head there.
That's right.
You got multiple faces. Like there's one down here.
Wow. See, I didn't even see that. That's a testament to your like
dude,
mental state, dude. Just seeing like screaming entities.
It's called pattern recognition, dude. I think we're pretty good at that. Look at that face right there.
See the eyeballs? Yeah, I see it. Okay, maybe I'm crazy too. But yeah, man. So, but so the art's great, but also the tweet down here is really what's interesting. Is
so there's a question: are you planning a future block drop to Chaos? And Enoch says this is already being conceived.
Already, block drops are working, dude. I'm fucking.
This is a slam dunk.
Yeah.
Speaking of slam dunk, Stan here says not much going on. Nat building, Nat metaverse.
Yeah, it's a lot of Nats.
It definitely is. So let's play this video here.
Okay.
Should I include the music or no music?
I don't know if this is do we care if it's copyrighted?
I don't think it's copyrighted, dude.
Okay, let's play in all its glory. So what is that? Can you zoom in? That's a Nat frog, dude.
It is a Nat frog.
There's some Natcats.
And Natcats.
Wow, dude. And there's physics in this environment. This is fucking cool.
Yeah, you can push people around in here.
I guess you didn't like the music much.
No,
like turned it off.
Super pass.
I love it. I love the music. I love the aesthetic. I love this whole vibe, dude. This is right up my alley.
Yeah, this is cool.
Yeah, and we're gonna have to get standards at some point, like to kind of explain what the hell are you doing, dude? You just like took everyone by surprise with this. I think this is so cool.
Yeah.
And yeah, so the next tweet is
it's like, oh, well, stand your back again.
Yeah, you guys seem to like this, so it was like we're starting out with Natcats, Nat frogs and royals, potentially more, right? So this is an invisible hand thing, you guys. If you guys support this creator. This might be turned into like a whole fucking game franchise. Who knows?
Yeah, it looks like it's the part of the Nice city.
Oh,
it's Nice.
It's not nice. Like another word of saying like Sin City, maybe.
Yeah,
this has a more dark feel to it. Let's play it. Dude.
I like it. All right, so let's check out what's going on here. Let's play some music.
Oh, shit.
What does that look like, dude?
That's my kitty cat, dude. So not mine. It's somebody's cat. But that's like the layout of the little environment, right? That's freaking cool, dude.
Yeah. So here we have like these characters running around, and then it kind of zooms out to the Natcat.
Yeah, this is really cool. This is the whole point, dude. To see people just inspired to build and create, right?
Yeah.
So speaking of that,
so we got FOXXI. Their Bitminer is going to be released here on the 18th, give or take. It's going to be happening on Mscribe, and those who got the pre-sale, you'll be able to claim your assets on Mscribe as well, probably the day before on the 17th.
Yeah.
But what is Bitminer? It is the first application that is deployable in the metaverse. Kind of a big deal. And this cool application happens to be a unique non-arbitrary token as well. So the asset itself that you deploy is going to be unique.
Yeah, we've shown it multiple times, and you guys, if you partook in like the beta testing of the game that they're developing over there in that metaverse ecosystem, it's a first-person shooter, and here it is. You could see it. It's literally just actively always like engaged. So long as you like jump in and interact with it, like the thing is in digital commodity extraction mode, right? So why is that important? Because this is the foundational token, like distribution mechanism for their whole ecosystem, right? So that can be applied in a wide variety of ways. If you want to partake in this ecosystem, it's basically like the fractal Bitcoin version of their product, right? It's like if you want to play around on fractal Bitcoin, I mean, these miners are out there doing some due diligence to acquire that token and therefore provide the ecosystem with that.
And while your miner is working, you can be shooting up some fools.
Which, I think earn more tokens, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So this is good. This is what the metaverse is supposed to be doing. Time equals money.
Yeah.
You don't want to join into the metaverse and leave at the end of the day and like nothing really happened.
Yeah.
Unless you're just really just in it for the memories, and that's perfectly fine. That's fine, dude.
Super pass. I'm here for the gains.
Damn, dude. I want it all. I want the gains and the memories. That's right.
All right. Well, then that means it's time to enter the NATRIX, dude.
That's a really great segue, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we're gonna build a lot of memories in this environment, right? So we've talked about the NATRIX.
Yeah.
Sprinkled it in like over the last few weeks, but yeah, we're there, dude. We're at the point now that Blockdrops are going to be deployed on Monday. These additional fields are supported. It's like, full-on metaverse focus time, right?
Yeah. If you thought that we were going to be done with Blockdrops and then we're just going to like chill, I was like, no, the pedal is to the metal right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, Bitmap needs a lot of help, to be honest.
I heard.
Yeah, that's kind of like the... in the perspective of like what Bitmap is and like what it can unlock as far as like being this new addition as far as the interpretation of the killer product of Web3 and its like native token utilities and such.
Yeah,
is the ability to onboard community, right?
Yeah, like
that is a superpower that the crypto space has proven, but in the metaverse space, not as much, right? And it's even more specifically with Bitmap. Hasn't really been fully utilized. Parcelization is not like a thing that's actively happening.
Yeah.
People haven't like implemented an efficient process to do that or even like a real purpose.
That's right.
To do it.
So two big problems being solved here.
Correct. Yeah. So we got an LDE on the horizon.
Yeah, right? Which stands for Land Distribution Event. And so we have a very efficient way to distribute land parcels. You come to Mscribe, and essentially you set up an LDE event and you set prices to your parcel and then you just hit go. And then it's a PVP mint experience like you've seen in the past. It's just, it looks like a bitmap. As a matter of fact, I think I have that here. Yeah, here it is. Yeah. So we have that same interface, right? And then you can just kind of click on these squares and claim your bitmap.
Yeah, this is it. This is just like the Blockpad, except purpose for the bitmap, right? So this is why squares are not all in unison.
Yeah. So this is a real bitmap, right? 716472. This is our bitmap. And so as you can see here, there's like a giant square. There's only one of these. It's an 8x8. And there's another one somewhere over here that's a 7x7.
Yeah.
Which is this guy right here in the center.
Yeah, and these are very large development spaces, right? So we've made previous podcasts where we actually visited these.
We did.
These large parcels.
It was quite the trek to find this.
Yeah, it's a big open world environment for sure. Like just a single bitmap.
Yeah.
So yeah, like we're on the horizon of this LD. I think as of right now, it's scheduled for the 24th.
The 24th, yeah. And in this, the release of this video includes the release of the pricing. So let me get that going here. And if you scroll down to the NATRIX LDE section, we have pricing for the land. So what's interesting about this particular bitmap is that most of these, like a great majority of all the squares, is a 1x1. Right, and so we have square meters here. So a 1x1 is roughly 256 square meters, and then the sats. So we multiply the sats times, the sats times 256, and then that's the price. And so we gotta add the other column for the pricing here, but it's all here.
So as the square meters, I guess, like tier upwards, the sats tier downwards, right?
That's correct. So the price per square meter goes cheaper as you go bigger.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you do get a discount, right? And so, as a matter of fact, you can see here is that a 1x1 is 533 sats per square meter, and then an 8x8 is 417.
Yeah.
Right. So you get a pretty percentage discount there.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So yeah, this is a big deal. We're gonna have more deep dive, full videos, and going through this this Gitbook document here to kind of like. Okay, so what happens after the land distribution event, right? Like, what is the purpose of all this? Like, what is this community now newly onboarded by leveraging the actual built-in property of a bitmap, which, the parcel distribution?
Yeah.
Now we have a community, right? Well, so what are we all doing, right?
Yeah, so this is the first time that we'll be able to meet our neighbors, right?
Yeah.
And so we'll all jump into the metaverse. We'll all like kind of locate our own parcels and everything, and then we'll be able to start building and with the frameworks that we have already embedded into Bitmap OS.
Yeah.
And then you can have developers and creators sort of contribute to the construction of your land in all kinds of different ways. And we're going to see, applications being deployable here as well.
Absolutely. Yeah. And the cool thing about this whole thing is like, this is the first full stack deployment of like a DMT non-arbitrary token metaverse environment, right? So like everything from the land, from the commodities that can be produced within this environment, to the avatars that are being, traversing throughout, to the applications that are being interacted with. It's all DMT based, right? And that's kind of like the superpower of this Bitmap OS stack is to support all that.
Yeah,
right?
Correct.
So yeah, man, we got a lot to talk about over the next couple of weeks. Definitely stay tuned, guys. Attend our Twitter spaces that we are out there doing, because this is where most of the alpha juice will be spilled, I guess.
Yeah, that's correct. All right, that's it for us. More details for the NATRIX coming out pretty soon. Appreciate you guys for watching, and we will catch you in the next episode.